to an instructional video on Modbus RTU Master. This one is on the write functions that we've got available. Here in the read-write definition, we have got 4 different write functions: coils and holding registers, single and multiple. For this demonstration, we're just going to use the multiple holding registers. And we're going to, let's say we're going to use 4 holding registers. So here's our 4 registers. We'll configure the 4 registers. We'll make the first, well, that was a bit too early. We'll make the first register a flight register for a flight test. That means it's going to need 2 registers. The second one, because the flight is 32-bit, we're going to have an assigned test value in here, and we're going to have an unsigned test in here. And let's configure those registers. The first one here configured as a flight, and these carets here indicate that the 2 Modbus registers are used, 2 16-bit registers, to form the 32-bit flight. That one here, decimal, so that's already signed, and the next one here we're going to use unsigned for that. Right. So here's our configuration that is now ready for us to enter some values. So the way we're going to enter values is just by double clicking on the value here, and we can enter our value, and by pressing the accept button, that value is now updated. However, that hasn't gone to the slave yet because we haven't actually transmitted anything to the Modbus slave. That's just in here now. Here's a signed value, and we'll double click on that, and we'll make that value, we'll make it a negative value just to show how signed values are working. So there's a negative value in there, and here's a float value, and we're going to make the float value 100.55, except that now we've defined all our values that we'd like to transfer to the slave. We can either transfer them regularly, in this case 1000 milliseconds, so in 1 second intervals by hitting the start button, or normally that's sufficient to just carry out a single read-write operation. So we press that button, single read-write, we saw the green flash on here, which means that data has now gone to the slave and is now what the slave contains. So quite easy, quite simple. If you want to keep sending that data to the slave, we'll just press that button, and we can see that keeps sending. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching.